And that inability that she had that turned into a possibility when she got into the presence of the Lord, all of a sudden become an ability to fulfill her obligations to God. Because she took that pot of oil and she started pouring, and it filled up the first pot. And then all of a sudden she looked and she's got 2 pots of oil. And then she took that next pot and she started pouring. And all of a sudden now she has 3 pots of oil. And then she went over to another pot and I believe at this point that faithlessness that she might have experienced, the doubts she might have had at points, all of a sudden become probably a boldness in the Lord. Because I don't think when she filled up the first pot, I don't think she was looking at pot number 2. I believe she wanted to look back in the original. When she filled up pot number 2, she didn't want to look back at 3. She was looking at 1 and looking at the original pot, and she's saying, how in the world is this going on? What is happening? I don't understand. And then I believe when she maybe got done with that 3rd pot, and all of a sudden she sees it filling up, but it's still pouring at the same rate, and she looks, and all of a sudden she's got 3 pots of oil and still has 1 in her hand, that she don't look back at pot 1 anymore. She don't look at pot 2 anymore. She don't look at the one she just poured, but she's looking over at pot number 4. She's looking over at pot number 5. She's looking over at pot number 6. She's understanding that the God that she serves is bigger than what she has borrowed and what she has room for, and that everything is going to be okay because God took her inability and He put her in a place of possibility, and all of a sudden He gave her the ability to fulfill her obligations. He gave her the ability to be able to provide for her family. He gave her the ability to be able to provide for her. What if we would have that kind of belief that when we look at things going on in our life and we don't understand how it's going to get done, that we would just look and say, oh God, would you take my inability and would you do something with it good that can glorify your holy name? What if we would have that kind of faith that we would go from being unable to meet our obligations to being able to take care of everybody around us? What if?